maybe we've talked about this, but we should do a buy-in for our fantasy football league.
We should have some type of like reward or like
also
or trophy.
So here,
money.
What my brother does with his league is it's I think a $40 buy-in, and then the highest scorer every week wins $10.
Okay.
And then obviously the champion at the end wins like $200 or whatever.
But
the thing is, the highest scorer every week makes people not want to tank. True. Because I don't think it's $40. Maybe the highest scorer wins 20 or something. Because then if you're the highest scorer for 2 weeks, you've already made your money back. Mm-hmm. So you have someone like Dustin, whoever, who doesn't care and is trying to tank. Like, it still gives them an initiative to like try and win a few weeks. Then you win your money back.
So I would do the buy-in for not the Dynasty League. I would do it for the Redraft League. The Dynasty League, there should already be like your motivation to not to tank is either. Well, Dustin shouldn't be tanking because he didn't have any picks.
Yeah, I don't know if he was a good.
No, and he was like that would be an incentive. Actually, no, the incentive that we talked about. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if we talked about it with you, but doing a lottery style.
Yeah.
So like if you finish in the bottom 4, then you do it like how they do it for the NBA, where like they're not guaranteed the first round pick, which would be a good way of destroying tanking, but then that diminishes pick value. Yeah. A little bit.
Also, there was this video I saw, like all these guys in the same league, they fly to like Cabo or something every year. They had like a big green jacket dinner for the champion. But the cool thing was, well, that was cool too. But they had competitions for their picks. Yeah. And I think they talked about this on Ghost Runners. I think that's where I heard it. I don't know. But like everyone comes to there's some that are already in. Like there's basketball, whatever. There's some competitions that are already in. But then everyone comes that day with the competition they came up with. Mm-hmm. So if, Juliana's really good at something and we were all bad at it. What?
Okay.
But everyone comes with like something that they came up with, and then that's how you compete for the picks. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily have to all come with our own, but I think it'd be cool to do something like that, like flag football, which I don't know how you would compete as a team. Like it'd have to be one-on-one competitions, unless it's like if you're on the winning team, you get a quarter of points or something.
I think that's what it would be. You just get like, the winning team gets like 20 points or something. Losing team doesn't get any or something. Yeah.
I've seen also they like bet on, I don't know if it's like computer generated, like ducks, and they like do a duck race on the screen and then they place their bets, and then whoever finishes first.
Yeah.
But no, the buy-in, we should definitely do a buy-in for the redraft, because then it's like, okay. Or I do like also that whole weekly. I think you just, because you're pulling the money from, so if everyone puts in $20, let's say what you had 12 people, everyone puts in $20, but you're pulling the money from, what are you pulling the money from?
That pot.
Oh, okay.
So like, so if we,
you would need
people, say it was a $40 buy-in, that's 480, and then divided by how many weeks? 16.
Are you counting playoffs too, or no?
No, because I think once the regular season ends, then there's no weekly winners.
Okay, right. So then you would pull it from 14.
14?
There's 14 regular.
That's an odd number. That's 34.2857143. So, but I don't know. We could figure this out off the podcast. But yeah, because then it's something like that. Because then, if it was $40 buy-in, then every week the weekly winner wins 10 or 20. And then the champion wins 200 or something. Right. I don't think those numbers add up. But, we figure out something like that.
Yeah, that would give. But also, I feel like people should just be motivated already if you're doing a big enough buy-in. Not big enough, but like let's say you did the buy-in was like 40 or 50.
Yeah, exactly.
You should be
There's
motivated
also that.
by then.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But you'd also take out the people who don't want to do it. Like, do you think Dominique would want to do it if she?
Yeah, that's fair.
Not that she.
I think she still would.
I think she would.
Because then you explain, because the buy-in they might be like, I don't want to, but then you explain that you win 2 weeks and you win your money back.
If you do the weekly thing, yeah.
Because she's already been the highest scorer, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But, everyone has a chance at that.
My work does that, actually, where each week, if you're the highest scorer, then you get a gift card to someplace.
Yeah.
Nice. I've yet to win, including last year. But, no, yeah, it's especially with scoring being down this year. This last week was the perfect time to be the highest scorer, because the highest scorer this week was 106 points in our work league.
Jeez.
And so I was like, think about that.
Yeah.
Or the Dolphins on a bye or something?
No, were they? They might have. No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Anyway, we're including all of that in the beginning of our podcast, right?
Yeah, not the we'll just kind of bleep that.
Bleep.
I regret saying
Anyway,
that.
I was like, okay. Whoa, hey, yo.
All right.
Well, anyway, what episode number is this?
11.
This guy always knows.
This is episode 11. Welcome, everybody, to episode
to
11.
Trouble at the Lunch Table. Hey, actually, no, you have to keep it in now because it's Trouble at the Lunch Table. So, obviously, we're getting in trouble for the stuff we say at the lunch table.
Would I have said that in high school?
Probably.
Would I have known that about him?
If we were back in high school now.
Man, Giuliano's such a dog.
Man, he's not talking to him. Oh, man. Imagine being in high school now with all the popular slang.
Oh, gosh.
What was popular?
Yeah, Giuliano's got so much Riz. Look at him
Riz.
over there.
We didn't even say cap.
No.
What did we say?
Low key. We didn't say. We said.
I don't know.
What did we say back then?
We
were probably more original.
We dabbed.
I think that was in
2016
season.
I think.
Yeah. That was in season still, right? That word.
I don't know what else.
We came up with our own sayings though. We were more original back then, but I don't even remember anything.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Giuliano used to say "what a snag" all the time.
I did.
Yeah,
that was in our trick shot videos.
What a snag! This is the snag.
Oh yeah,
remember that was your name for one of the trick shots.
Yeah, those are good trick shot videos.
Yeah, we were cringy though, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
man,
yeah.
I can't even think at all of what we used to. Shoot, I just thought I had one for a second. Dank.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
very popular.
I think we were, yeah.
We used to say dank all the time.
Anyways, some notes on the podcast. We're growing. It's pretty cool to see.
Oh, nice.
We over the last 30 days, we have 59 plays. The last time 59. We recorded, that was at like 30. It was like doubled.
And we're not even marketing.
No, we're not.
Think about what our growth could be if we marketed.
We would rule the world.
We probably would be number one. So, watch out, Barstool.
I think our most listened to episode is the last one. Almost. Awkward Situations, episode 8. And then episode 6. And then Don't Poop There, number 9. Okay, so it's not. But it's climbing.
So not even close. But
the numbers are like...
It's in our top 11.
They're all in single digits. Like, they're close
funny.
In that way. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it says audience size is 3. That's not true. That's that's what it comes up with. But we have 11 Spotify followers.
Audience size, so like 3 people listening per.
I think that's what it determines based on like how often people listen. I don't know. It just
interesting
comes up with an average, but there's no way that's true.
Celsius, sponsor us, please.
Yep.
Are you
based off those numbers? You'll get a lot of people buying your products.
We might need to blur that out actually.
Yeah, I don't want free marketing.
Yeah. Are you a big energy person?
I had Red Bull for the first time this last week in like a year maybe. But Celsius, it's the healthy energy, okay? Live fit.
Celsius,
essential energy. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the healthy stuff, okay?
It's sparkling. Wait, what does it say?
It's sparkling watermelon is the flavor.
Oh. They really get you the sparkling.
Okay, so how does it work?
Well,
no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame. You know what that is?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it pertains to the exactly
Spurs.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, these are. Have you had these? These are good.
I've had them before.
Freaking good.
I had it during Hoop Fest, and then I couldn't sleep that night.
Wow.
Sam, Jordan, and I all had one, and then we couldn't sleep that night.
Interesting, because coffee caffeine doesn't affect you, right? Mm-mm. Maybe this one does.
It does. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Coffee doesn't. Coffee. Some people drink coffee to like help them keep, or like to wake them up, or to like that doesn't do it for me.
You know, some people drink coffee to like help them go to sleep.
That probably, I think that's what probably what does for me. Like you know that calm thing that mom takes to like help her fall asleep. Mm-hmm. For me, that would. Brianna told me that she takes it when she wakes up in the morning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Help her like wake up or what?
I forgot what it. does because it has multiple uses. So
interesting.
It's like good to take for like potassium and stuff like that. What?
I was just telling him to move his mic.
Where do you want it?
Pull it like, see how mine is? So it's like you're just turned this way. Because you're always going to, whenever you talk, you're always going to be facing us.
No.
It sounded good. You're right.
Like this?
Yeah. Or we'll pull it like further in front if you can and up. Mouth level. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Just if you're going to talk like.
Yeah. Pivot.
Yeah, you're the pivot.
Like basketball.
Mm-hmm. Think of basketball.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure it out. Be conscious of how loud you are. But we have 170 plays all time on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. We're basically saying that we're pros, so.
But that number grows like a lot. Let's see. So we have 10 episodes, 170 all time. I think the last episode we released, it was at like 130. I told you guys when it crossed 100, and that was like 2.5 weeks ago, I want to say. So
last episode.
Do the math, and that's.
And you'll got it. You'll
get it, guys.
Do
the math, and you'll get it.
It's pretty cool to see, though. I don't know who they are.
So thanks for listening.
Because we're not telling people. I'm not.
I did tell one person.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
I told my whole in-law family. Hello, in-laws.
Is that racist?
Whoa. Why would it be racist?
I don't know. It sounded like Eskimo.
I think you're the racist one.
Not everything that is a different culture is racist, okay?
Is it culturally appropriate to say Eskimos?
Over here.
Everything's culturally appropriate.
Is Eskimo a racist saying?
I don't think so.
Saying.
Or a racist name?
I
thought maybe it was. I thought it recently became racist.
Probably. Probably.
Maybe we should stop saying Eskimo.
Times are changing, man. You know what Eskimo reminds me of, though?
Igloos.
Klaus.
Why? Probably.
And I can't wait to watch Klaus.
This was in 2016? What?
Because they go to that little village where he goes to deliver the sled to that little girl.
Yeah.
They're like...
Eskimos.
Can't...
We don't know if we can't say it.
Well,
no, they're like Polish.
They're Polish.
Eskimos.
Eskimos.
Can you
Eskimo
say...
Really?
Don't say Eskimos.
I kind of did every other letter.
Wait, hold on.
But they live in igloos or tents or something.
What's the final consensus on Eskimos? Are they racist or not?
I don't know.
Or no, they're not racist. Are we racist?
Plot twist. They're racist.
They're actually racist.
Oh my! Google's no help. Okay, why you probably
Google's
say
honestly, Google overrated search engine.
Google is trying not to get canceled, so they're not telling us.
I don't know.
I just want to know, Google.
You can leave that to
it's
yourself.
Commonly used term referring to the native peoples of Alaska.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't help at all.
Including Serbia, Canada, Greenland. That's probably where they're from, Greenland.
Greenland's the one made of ice.
Central language called Ojibwe. Ojibwe.
That's racist.
No, it's not racist. It's called it's a language. It's a language.
You just now or
no? I was pronouncing a word,
which
people still speak around the Great Lakes. Sorry.
Greek Lakes.
Region on both sides. Blah 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 blah.
All right, just let us know when you find out.
Have you learned anything since you started talking?
No.
Yeah. Ojiwabi. Ojiwabi.
I'm gonna forget that like in about 5 minutes.
Unless you're native in the okay. You know what? We're just gonna keep.
Anyway, wait, hold on. So you thought the first thing you thought of for Eskimos was Klaus and not igloos.
Racist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, igloos is kind of like it's an obvious one, but
why do you think of igloos when you think of Eskimo?
Because they live in cold weather.
They're not. They're people.
Okay? You saying they can't be warm?
No.
Wow, this guy.
Because I don't know any Eskimos that live in Washington. So
I mean, they can be warm in their igloo.
No,
fire.
Because I'm pretty sure Eskimos are like native to, like, what'd you say, Alaska,
Greenland, Serbia.
Yeah. So they can't be here. If you're an Eskimo and you travel, you're immediately not an Eskimo anymore.
No.
I think
an Eskimo.
Oh my god.
I don't know. We're moving on.
Let's move on before we get canceled for saying Eskimo too much.
Are you guys all aware of the meme? Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I experienced that in real life this last week. We were at a Wendy's last night for dinner. The night before.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was Friday. Thursday night for dinner. And like I go up and order, and then I'm walking away. I get my drink, whatever. And I hear this old guy, like he just walks up. Okay, so he just walks up to the counter and just holds his phone in front of the guy. And like the employee's kind of looking. He's like, we don't sell Whoppers here. That's Burger King.
Oh man,
this is a Wendy's.
This is a Wendy's.
And Wendy's. I was like, I went walking back to my brother, and I was like, just mouth open. I was like, dude. And I like told him, he's like, that's hilarious. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's real, like the real life meme.
Real life meme just happened.
It was pretty funny. But he just walked up and just held his phone.
I would have
like, help me. Funny. This. And he's like, we don't sell Whoppers here.
I would have definitely been like, this is a Wendy's, sir.
Yeah.
And like done the meme.
Yep. It took me a minute to realize. I was like, oh my gosh, we're at Wendy's.
That's pretty funny.
Dang. I was just thinking, I was like, if there's any other like real life scenarios with memes that I've experienced, but I don't think I have.
I feel like there's another one I've experienced. I've thought of in the last few weeks, but I can't remember it.
We were watching the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown one.
Oh.
Or whatever, and I saw a TikTok recently. It was like, the kids going trick-or-treating, and then Snoopy and his own subplot, and he was like fighting in World War II or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when that part came up, and the Great Pumpkin made me laugh, but that was just because of the meme. But that's not really the same thing.
There's the trend, like you walk up to people, they're like, hey, what are you listening to right now?
Oh yeah.
This like the parodies are pretty funny. This guy like walks up, and it's like something really awkward or whatever. But he walked up and he was like, oh, this is awkward. It's real life wartime, like World War II cries. Like in the bunker, and he like it's like a 2-hour long version on YouTube, and you just like hear gunshots and all this.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Have you seen the other parodies where like I don't know what the person walking does, like they accidentally knock over somebody or something like that, and the person filming is like, hey sir, like why'd you do that? And the guy's like, oh, this is weird, like, and then some song, and then it keeps going.
There was one, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Almost Friday podcast.
Yeah.
They do skits like constantly where they're like give out names, like, all right, you're Griffin Hornwaddle and you're whatever, but he's like all right, so we're friends, and we're at, actually, you guys are friends attending, we're all friends. We're attending our friend's funeral. And so then I put in AirPods. He's like, all right, go ahead. And they're like, man, like he was so young. They're just talking about him. And then they like ask me, they're like, when's the last time like you talked to him? And he's like, oh, this is so awkward. Right now I'm listening to Every Time We Touch. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. He's like, oh, did you not start recording yet? And he's like, no, we're not doing that. We're a funeral for Greg. And he's like, yeah, but I told you I always wanted to be in one of these videos. and it's so funny.
That's hilarious. There are some pretty funny videos.
There is.
Dude, there's this new, like, I don't know if it's a video trend or like a type of like creating or something, but these people will just like throw plot twist after plot twist in the videos, and they're so funny.
You mean Key and Peele?
What?
You mean Key and Peele?
No, not really. It's more like
someone bigger name than them.
Oh, okay.
Regular show.
They're kind of not.
They're not the thing.
They're not the thing.
No, it's regular show.
Yeah.
But you never know where the episodes are gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
that's fair.
It's not what I was
some
talking
TikToks
about.
I watch.
Anyway,
can I give you guys some quick hitters from
absolutely not
a golf experience?
Yeah,
I talk a lot about golf, but it's because
I'll talk about golf too.
I went golfing. I've been to Wenatchee the last 2 weeks for work.
Oh.
We went golfing every time coming back on Friday.
Nice.
Talk about it a lot, but it's because something crazy happens every time.
Nice.
So I'll just give you some just quick hitters.
All right, quickly hit me.
First tee box. Like, I hit my shot, Quinn goes up, hits his, a few old guys watching, and like 4 deer just go prancing across the grass. Not running, but prancing. Mm-hmm. Like 2 front legs, then 2 back legs. And it's just kind of weird, like reindeer.
Wow.
Anyways,
Christmas time.
Yeah. Let's see. I had like 3 of the most amazing lucky shots of my life.
Oh, yeah.
First one, like I have a natural draw to the right. Mm-hmm. So it goes up it hits a tree branch, hits dead solid on this tree branch, bounces 40, 50 feet right back into the center of the fairway.
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice.
It's like it hit a trampoline in the tree. It might have.
Hey, nice.
We saw a fighter jet. Like, we're just walking on the green, and I heard a plane, and I was like, I don't think there's an airplane near us, but that's cool. And I kind of start looking around. Literally a fighter jet.
Wow.
We're going to war.
Like, coming right through, and it was, like, almost right above us. And it's along the Columbia River, so it's all this, like, you know, in Top Gun when they're practicing in the valley. Mm-hmm. It was like that. And he was, like, kind of dodging it. Not, like, craziness. Yeah. But he was still pretty high up.
Tom Cruise, is that you?
It was so cool.
Dang.
It was awesome. And in the moment, I was like, man, I should be taking a video right now. I was like, it's too late. And then like 10 seconds later, it was still there. I was like, I could have taken a video.
That type of scenario comes up all the time. But then you're like, you know what? I got to experience it without the camera. So it's like, it's pretty cool.
But now, like, telling the story, like, I'm like,
you wish you could show
he was so close. And it was like, if I had a video, I would like.
Because you thought it was going to end sooner than it does. It's kind of like when you're at a concert and you're like, oh, I want to take this video now. Then you take it. Nothing kind of cool happens. Yep. You end it. 5 seconds later, you're like, exactly. Oh, dang, I wish I could have kept filming.
Yep. He gets it. Let's see. The very last hole, I was like 50, 60 yards out, just off the green, sand wedge, and I was like, I'm probably going to overshoot it. And I was like, you know what? I just got to trust the club.
Yeah, exactly. Trust the club.
Right over this little hill, landed like 6 inches from the hole. And I was like, great way to end it.
Nice.
Going home.
That's awesome.
The last like lucky shot I had, I was probably like 100 yards out. More than that, it might have been off the tee box on like a par 3, 120 or something. But I hit it and it's going right for the sand trap. Bounces rake, and then like to you know the end of the rake hits like the very end of it and bounces. I mean, just like the most perfect bounce off of it again. And bounces right onto the green.
Nice.
And we both started freaking out. I was like, there's no way anyone could have planned that. And just the fact that it bounced like the right way, because it could have hit it and bounced away from the green, bounced right onto the green over the sand trap, and I was so high on life.
Dang, that's awesome. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
How'd you play?
I mean, decent. Yeah, like I still had some in the water and some in the trees, but I don't remember what my score was. It was like 50 something, so it still wasn't good, but had some good shots.
Have you gone like to the driving range at all in like preparation for tomorrow?
Like we went golfing that Friday a week ago, and then I went to the driving range I think the next day or something, and it was weird. I just have like really good days on some clubs and really bad, and then the next day it's flipped.
Yeah.
And like I worked all the way up my clubs, and they were going really well. And I started putting my distance for all of them. Like, I'm gonna. And then they started all being the same.
Dude, yeah.
I think I can 5, 6, 7, 8, all 100 yards. I was like, I don't know what to do now. Forget this. Funny.
If I can hit my like pitching wedge, like I can hit it pretty well or whatever, it'll go like 150 yards or something like that. Further than any other club underneath it, and it's like it's only because I can hit my pitching wedge well, or whatever, and it's like okay, that's dumb. But I think I figured something out because I went to the driving range yesterday.
Yeah,
I say this every time, but like I think
that's golf for you.
Like
it is.
It's so true. I need to open up my club face more and stuff.
Okay,
and because I don't know, a lot of times it just I don't think I have thought about it before. And so it's always, and a lot of my shots are always super low.
Yeah.
Like with my driver, with my 3-wood.
Yeah.
Or I guess 3-wood, it shouldn't be super high, but like, they still are like super low, like rolling on the ground. And stuff. And so I finally figured out, I was like, oh, I just need to do this because I've never thought about it before. And so like open it up a little bit more and like tilt it up.
Yeah.
Instead of like tilting it down.
Never
thought about that.
There were a few like, I would hit my driver and it would go pretty low. And then I was like, I need to just hit it and like scoop up. And not like, you know, you're not supposed to scoop or whatever. But just like, I was really like coming down on it. So it was just getting a low trajectory. And so then I would just like come in and just like, as you're coming in, like try and lift it up. And I had a few. And like, so we went golfing yesterday. And still like, I think I shot a 47. No, there's no way I did that. 48, 49, I don't know. And it was like but I had the most consistent like golf day I've had.
Nice.
I'm normally really pretty good on putting and like 100 yards in. That was where I was really bad. Oh, nice. Tee shots, I have just learned I have a draw to the right, so play to it. I aim for the left of the fairway, and it worst case scenario is on like the edge of the right side, or it's in the fairway. We were reading this course real quick, and they were like, reviews are like, they don't take tee times. Just show up and take a cart, and then they'll settle up with you afterwards.
Wow.
They don't sell alcohol, so bring your own beer. And actually, we called to schedule a tee time, and they had a voicemail and like said all this.
Wow.
But we just showed up. We were like the first ones there. And this was the review. One lady was like, if you lose your ball in the weeds, don't go looking for it because there's snakes. Huh. So naturally, we went looking for our balls.
Yeah.
And I ended the day finding two. So
yeah.
Win-win.
Like a ton out there or something.
Yeah, exactly. My brother's like, we need to come out here with like leather pants so the snakes can't bite us, and just find 3 dozen balls. Nice. Probably. Yeah. We were in the weeds a ton because that's where we shoot. But I had like all my tee shots with my driver were like good contact and everything. Nice. Like got really high too. And then like even my woods, 3-wood, 5-wood in the fairway, whatever, were like perfect shots.
Nice.
Some of them went like 200 yards, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then it was like hole 8. It was like a short par 4, and I was like, it was kind of uphill, and it leaned to the left, and I knew if I used my driver, it would just go way in the weeds. So I used a 3-wood, and I teed it up pretty low, but then I just chunked it from behind. So then I didn't tee it up, just laid it on the ground. My brother was like, do you want a tee? And I was like, nope, it's a 3-wood. I'm going to shoot it like this, like I'm in the fairway. And had a perfect shot, like nice. Grazed right above the ground, and like landed like 50 yards from the hole. I was like, nice. It was amazing. And then naturally like took 2 chips to put it on, and then like 3 putted. But
nice, yeah.
But yeah, it was like the most consistent.
It's the one
day.
Like good shots that you're going for, like the good contact. You're going for
the and good like contact. What I was saying all leading up to this tournament we have on tomorrow, I was like, I need to work on my drives.
Oh yeah.
Like that is where I struggle the most.
Yeah.
So I think I've just accepted that I have a draw to the right.
Oh yeah.
And so now I play to that, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
That's funny, dude. I have like a nasty hook to the left. Yeah. It's bad, dude. Like sometimes like it'll go straight, and I'm trying to figure it out. I thought I figured it out kind of, but like every once in a while it's the worst.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be like going straight and then just a 90 degrees.
Like it hits a boomerang and
dude,
just goes
it's crazy.
See, mine, like what I thought of last night was it's not like I right off the tee it shanks to the right. Like if that was happening, it'd be like, okay, you're hitting it off the toe
exactly.
or you're too open. But it has good height, and then it just kind of slowly fades.
Yeah.
And people just have shots like that. Like people hit it straight, people have fades to the right, draws to the left, whatever.
Yeah. And
so I'm like, that's just the way like people shoot. The way it is. You know, some people just have shots like that. So I just need to learn to play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I've also realized that like people who say, oh, golf is just like you just go out there and hit a stick, you hit a ball with a stick or whatever. It's like, okay, people clearly haven't ever played golf before. Like, because I used to say that.
Yeah,
and I was
me
like,
too.
oh, you just go and you hit
I made fun of Isaiah all the time for golf.
It's fun, dude.
It's fun, and it's.
I think if you don't
gotta give it,
I think you're really missing out.
No, look, I have. When I tell you I have zero interest in ever playing golf,
believe that.
I have absolutely zero interest.
What I also believe is that, like, I was in your spot a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was, like, made fun of Isaiah all the time. I'm like, dude, you spent so much money. It's so much, like, it's dumb. Whatever, you do you spend money. Yeah. I don't care. But it's not for me. And then, like,
you did it.
Gave it a summer, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. I was in that same boat. I was like, I don't ever want to play golf.
So I believe that you have zero interest.
Yeah.
No,
people truly do.
And I truly believe, like, if I, like, went golfing once or twice, I could, like, see myself doing it. I just don't, right now, I don't have a care to go play it. Yeah. I don't have any, interest or, like, want. Like, it would take up too much time for me to want to go do it.
The learning curve is huge for it.
Yes,
and you don't have the patience.
I don't have the patience for it. I really don't. No. You don't. I will admit, I really do not have the patience for it to learn something. Like I would rather go and learn pickleball.
Yeah,
I would rather go and learn disc golf.
Yeah, Yeah,
golf is fun.
I would rather. I think there's just a couple other things I would rather go learn and do than golf.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I will say
it's also
though,
a lot of money.
It is also a lot of money, especially if you want to get good.
Yeah.
And you want to go play often.
Like the only money I've spent, like other than, every time you golf, like $30 is the cheapest. Like Pine Acres is a really small par 3 and that's like $12.
Yeah.
But really like for 9 holes at a good course is like $30.
I'm willing to bet.
Without a cart.
Well, it's like 23 at Trailhead.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Still.
I think you got, or maybe not Pat, but maybe Juliano. I'm willing to bet you have spent more money on golf than I have spent money on, I don't know, video games.
I doubt it.
You really think so?
Yeah.
You
in 100%? Your lifetime or this year?
He's only golfed for 1 year, like this summer.
Yeah. What are you saying? This year or in your lifetime?
Oh, this year for sure. You have definitely.
This year,
spent more golf.
definitely. In your lifetime?
I'd say no.
Way.
I'd say. Okay, maybe not. But I'm willing to bet that by the time you die, by the time you die, and by the time I die, you will have spent more money on golf than I will have spent money. Like, I'm trying to think of something that would be equivalent.
Coffee. How many times a week do you get coffee?
I mean, I drink coffee every day, but as far as spending money on coffee,
yeah, you just make it at home a lot.
Well, or have it at the office.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's the thing is I don't, so that's where.
Okay, you can do coffee.
You can have your coffee. I'll have my golf.
But like if you got a call, if you went out and got a coffee every day of the week, that's $35. That's around a golf.
Yeah,
on the cheap side.
Yeah,
9
on
holes.
the cheap side. Yeah,
exactly.
But anyways, what I was gonna say. The only money I've spent on golf, other than the rounds, $30 on clubs, I think, and then like $15 on a glove. But I haven't bought shoes. I haven't bought new clubs, bag, or anything.
But then, how often do you go to the range? Also,
2 times a month, I'd say average.
This is the first time I've gone to the range in probably over a month.
Yeah, because
but some people go. But I'm saying like the more you get into it, you're gonna start going more often.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Also time, because June, I feel like June I went like 4 or 5 times. Like my budget on Intuit, the Mint mobile app,
like Isaiah,
way over it.
I bet Isaiah spent a ton. A ton this year.
Yeah,
he goes like 7 or 8 times a month, or he had a stretch where he did.
Yeah, but that's the thing is.
Oh, your camera thing went off.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's the thing is like, some people spend money on going to concerts. Some people spend money on getting coffee. Some people spend money on going out to movies and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah, movies.
How I wonder. You probably spent more money going golf than I spent on going to the movies this year.
I think. Well,
I think Jordan and I calculated. I think I've gone to the movie theater. I want to say like 15 times.
Yeah,
but then you have to think about all the times I bought tickets for somebody, and didn't. I bet that would be the closest.
Probably
that would be the closest equivalent.
Yeah. Well, I also paid a lot of money for like Celine to go golfing with me or whatever.
Right.
Stuff and whatnot.
But I'm saying just yourself. Let's say just yourself, and then just myself for a movie theater.
I probably spent more than you because. Well, I don't know actually. Because how often did you said 15 times you went? 15
times,
how much did you spend?
What?
How much did you spend every time you went?
Roughly around $15.
All right.
Did you get popcorn and stuff? 220. Oh yeah, I easily spent more than you.
And you could also, if you want to include in that also, you could do movies that you had to rent, like as far as watching movies too. Yeah. Well, that's been my hobby this year is movie watching.
Anyway, the point I'm making is some people have their movies, some people have their going out to clubs, concerts, whatever. Some people have their golf. Isaiah, you said, spent a lot of money on golf. I don't think he went out and went to all these concerts, went to all these movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, he did a lot of golf, but I'm not saying that
he wasn't really spending money anywhere else.
Yeah. No,
anywhere else.
But anyway, also, he didn't have a job.
I'm just justifying it for myself.
No, I've been meaning to ask you guys, what is the app that you guys use to track each other when you play golf, even when you're not at the course?
The Grint.
The Grint. Okay, I'm gonna start telling people that because there's a lot of golfers that I know outside of you guys.
Who are you telling?
Oh, sorry.
Coworkers. Okay.
No, don't tell anybody.
Are you making me friends with your coworkers?
No, I'm not saying you guys. I'm not saying you guys become friends. I'm saying for them to be friends with their friends.
I don't use anything this month to golf.
I'm not even into golf that much.
Dude, I actually hate golf.
We need a sponsorship before we start.
Okay. Let's see.
I was trying to find my budget on golf because I created a budget on. I'm a big money guy, you know.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I like money.
Not big money guy, but I'm a big money guy.
Moolah.
But I created like a budget so I don't go over on golf, and so like June or something way over. I was like, I need to golf less. But then there was a month where I went like twice, and I was like, oh, it all evens out. And then all these winter months, I'm not gonna golf, so it's fine.
But are you gonna go virtual golfing?
Probably not.
Not a lot, no. Maybe once a month, but just to like work on my swing. Mm-hmm. But we went once. Granted, it was before I was like really into golf, and I was so upset with the results every time I'd swing the club because I was like, that's not where the ball would go, and I was just like, I left a bad taste in my mouth for virtual golf.
But maybe look, you could. There's so many virtual golf places.
Granted, I was bad then. So
there's so many virtual golf places now, and just in Spokane, that I'm willing to bet you'd have a better experience this time.
I'll probably go this winter. I'll probably go virtual golfing more than I have in the past because I wasn't.
Your itch for golf,
but like it probably won't be a ton.
No, it won't be. Wait, I do know.
And
some people
for the social aspect as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a place you can rent a room. It's like $50 an hour. So it's like you get 4 guys. You know, food.
Let's go hit up the virtual golf.
Yeah,
I'm really dying for golf.
Tell you what, if we had a Topgolf here.
That's I was
so
just
much money would be out of our pocket.
Look, we talked about Topgolf last time. I think
that's all
it
I
needs
said.
to happen.
That's all I said.
No,
you think it's happening?
No, it needs to happen.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we need to talk about it, but like definitely needs to happen.
I'm sure it's like on the list. I don't know. It's such an expensive like.
But
place.
Look how long it came for. Look how long Chick-fil-A decided until we got Chick-fil-A.
But I feel like Chick-fil-A is like kind of like they know they're higher up and they're like, you don't deserve us yet. We're gonna like. It's this reverse psychology of like the longer you wait, the more people are going to want it. And I think Chick-fil-A knows they're on the upper echelon, big word, of like fast food. They don't even call themselves fast food. They call themselves quick service. Like you can't just make another category for yourselves. But they value themselves like that high that it's like, you don't deserve us yet. We're going to really, the longer we wait to put one in, we're going to make you like want us more.
What is another thing on that list? That because you said Topgolf is not like on the list. Chick-fil-A, you said was. Is there anything else that would be on that list?
Just
that you
Chick-fil-A.
think of? What about like our bar arcade type? Because there are some around here.
No,
but nothing like a brand.
I think
nothing like chain wise.
No, I mean Chick-fil-A is really the only one I can think of.
Or like In-N-Out.
But I don't think Topgolf. Maybe In-N-Out. Yeah, the Topgolf they would just be like, oh, there's a huge market for golf up here. Yeah. Put one in. Like Liberty Lake would be a good place. Mm-hmm. But like I was talking to my brother about it, I think, and it was like they need so much land. And I don't think that's really in Spokane unless it's like way outlying, like Wandermere.
Good amount of land going east of us that way.
Like towards Liberty Lake.
Yeah. There's a good amount of land up there.
Yeah. That's why, because like we were saying Coeur d'Alene, if it was Coeur d'Alene, it'd have to be north because you hit the lake on the south side. So then it's like, you're just way up there, you know, and it's like, I mean, they could, but I feel like there might be enough spot like Liberty Lake, like off the freeway there, where it'd be perfect because then you're in the middle of Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, you know.
I can only speak to Spokane experience, but we obviously there's a huge market for golf up here, and I don't know what the golf market like is across the United States, but if we think we have a growing one, I can only imagine it's probably more popular across like, because in places like Arizona or something like that, people that just go out for businesses and they go golf with like their partners or you know like salespeople, like they go out for golfing for their meetings or something like that. So like we think it's popular up here, but it's got to be like,
absolutely
so much more popular everywhere else. Not to say that that doesn't mean that you couldn't ever get a Topgolf up here, but I don't know how much like Topgolf is like looking to branch out, and one of the places would be Spokane. Yeah.
Also, like the thing with Chick-fil-A is that they're independently owned ? I think because like maybe that's why it took so long to get one here is that they needed someone. Actually, they don't have a shortage on owners. Like they have so many applications, but that process just might have been slow. Whereas it might be the same for Topgolf.
But we looked up how much it takes to just open a Topgolf, whereas compared to Chick-fil-A is probably a lot less.
Yeah, it is. But Topgolf, yeah, maybe that's it. It's like they don't have the money or like the will to spend it here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got their reasons, I'm sure.
I kind of want to pivot to something not related, but sort of. I know there's a documentary that Juliana wants to talk about, but before we talk about that, I rewatched A Quiet Place this week, 1 and 2, and I wanted to ask you, was that like a top theater experience for you when you first watched it? Because Sophie told me she gave it 5 stars. She would give it 5 stars because of like just not only because the movie was different, but also because like the theater experience, because everyone was quiet. So I think to know.
So yeah, it was.
But you know how much
I don't see a lot of movies in theaters.
I never saw it in theaters.
But I think like just it was better than just a regular like other Marvel movie or whatever. It was so lame. No, but yeah, it was pretty cool. The theater that was just like responded subconsciously to that. It's like they were,
I just remember when we saw it, and then you and Jordan were like trying to be very quiet, and then
like you moving the straw in the drink.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
I will say I do like that those movies are not very long. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So you're not committing that much time.
That's how long movies were when I was growing up.
Back in my day.
Now they're like 3 hours.
Well, I was going to bring this up. Also, there is this new movie that came out called Killers of the Flower Moon, and it's 3.5 hours long.
Oh my gosh, I'm not watching that.
Think I have time?
It's
a round of golf.
That's longer than a football game, maybe. That's what my dad said when I told him how long that movie was.
That's funny.
But, I mean, I would maybe watch that movie eventually. Because have you ever seen The Kingsmen?
I don't think so.
I thought someone did. But those movies are like really long too. Do you hear that?
I'm not a fan.
It is. I don't know what it is. Little
probably headphones stuff.
I don't know. Carry on.
Hopefully it doesn't get to the audio.
Yeah, probably will. We're hearing it will.
Anyway, all right, Giuliano, talk about this Beckham documentary.
Well,
yeah. Can I ask what it is?
No.
Okay.
Actually can't.
Go ahead then.
Yeah, so a lot of people probably know David Beckham.
Nope.
Well,
you don't actually know?
No. That's why I want to know what it is.
Wait, you really don't know who David Beckham is?
No, I know the name. I've heard it probably once in my life.
Soccer player. Yeah, anyway. Big name soccer player. Popular because not only was he good, but he... What do you want? Where do you want my mic?
You were like
down here, and it's like David Beckham, soccer.
David Beckham.
There you go.
David Beckham.
Don't put it that close.
David Beckham. Yeah, he was really good looking and a good soccer player. And
I'm listening.
That's why he was popular. Anyway,
he's also from England, so that raises your popularity level by like 10 in America.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was. He retired in 2013, but like played. I don't remember exactly when he started playing professionally, but like, probably 96, probably 97.
Okay.
And then played in the 1998 World Cup and stuff. Anyway, he married a Spice Girl. So
okay.
And the documentary was really good because it goes through his life, like what he had to go through from his childhood, goes like his relationship with Posh Spice or whatever. That's her name. Anyway, it was good. But so a couple things about him. He got a red card during one of his like World Cup games and stuff, and the England fans like hated him after that because England went on to lose that game in penalty shootout and stuff, and like England fans like hung up nooses, like they called him names every time he like.
You think we're racist in America? I mean, he's not black, but
that's not racist.
No,
he's
not black. He's white.
No, he's white. But I'm saying like if you did a noose, like
yeah.
Anyway.
No,
the nooses were black rope though.
Racist.
The fans over there are just like ruthless, and what I've learned is like all these documentaries that I'm watching, like because I think that's a new hobby of mine is watching documentaries. Every single time they like anybody comes on, they're like, our fans are just like the most passionate. They can be ruthless every single time they say that. So I think it's just like sports fans in general.
Yeah,
to, like,
but
notch it down a little bit and stop being as brutal and stuff.
Yeah,
but there are definitely more fan bases that are more actually ruthless.
Yeah,
like Europe when it comes to Europeans and soccer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or like Raiders
Fans, Philadelphia fans, Boston fans,
whatever
Cowboys.
team base killed that one fan.
Oh, the Dolphins Patriots.
I think it was a Patriots fan.
Patriots.
So Boston
got punched by another Patriot fan.
Boston
died.
There you go.
Yeah.
Careful.
I knew Devontae Adams was going to go downhill when he went to Las Vegas.
Well.
And then, one weekend, he punched that camera guy. I was like,
oh, no, he didn't punch him. No, he pushed him.
He pushed him. Same thing.
Because the guy like ran in front of him, and they just like pushed him.
I was like, well, he's in Las Vegas now. What do you expect?
Anyway,
yeah, the fan, like, they booed him whenever he touched the ball or whatever and stuff. It was crazy. But anyway, really good documentary. I don't want to spoil too much or whatever if you're gonna watch it. If anybody's gonna watch it,
you should.
But like he goes on to become the England captain for the World Cup team like 2 years later and stuff, and earns the trust back of the fans. Blah blah blah. I don't think they ever won the World Cup.
No, England's only won the World Cup once, and it was in 1966.
Yeah, so
this guy knows his facts.
But anyway, I just want to say it's a really good documentary. And also,
I don't even know if England existed in 1966.
England. The only reason I know that is because England is like the Cowboys. They have all this talent, and then they're overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, back on. Okay, so Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are the new David Beckham and Victoria Adams, which is Posh Spice, because that was like the big thing back then. It was like, someone that doesn't have anything to do with sports, one of the biggest names in the world. The Spice Girls went on world tours and stuff like that. Is like together with David Beckham, who is like this super attractive, like really good young player and stuff. So I was just like, the old and the new.
Good research, Giuliano.
The only
I don't know.
You earned an A from this teacher.
the only difference I could see is like, I guess no, there are definitely very good similarities. I would say so, because we just haven't seen Travis Kelce expand upon his football career exactly yet.
But
he's starting to.
He's starting to. Mr. Pfizer.
He's done SNL. He
had a TV show.
He did have a dating TV show way before he was popular.
I know. Yeah. I didn't even know about that till like recently when they brought it up.
Mm-hmm. I never heard of it before.
Side note, Andy Reid they were talking on, I think, the Kelce Brothers podcast about like when he drafted him. And it was like, Andy Reid's like, do we want this guy? Like, he had his own TV. Like, is he responsible? It was like, aside from that, he's a really good athlete.
Have you ever heard the story about when Gronkowski got drafted and like or the picture of him being hung over at some football game or his visit for a college or something like that, and he was like super hungover and he's like, you could tell like he's super tired and stuff like that.
That's really
I think I heard the story of Bill Belichick calling him. Maybe this was Andy Reid calling Travis Kelce. I don't know. Well, the coach called him and he was like, "Hey, are you gonna screw up if we draft you?" And he was like, "No, sir, I won't." It's like, okay. That was it.
I remember hearing that. That might have been Travis Kelce. But yeah, after Andy Reid asked Travis, he's like, "Are you going to screw this up?" Travis was like, "No." And then he was like, "Okay, give the phone to your brother."
Yeah.
Jason Kelce was there too.
And then he was like, "Yeah, should we draft him or is he going to screw up?" He's like, "No, he won't."
Yeah. So
that's pretty funny.
Yep.
What I was going to say about that Beckham documentary is, it's good because, or at least can captivate people who aren't into sports, because Celine watched it and she liked it.
Yeah, Celine watched it, really liked it. Dude, their house is crazy. David Beckham's house is like absolutely insane. Just how like nice it is, how big it is. He has like, I don't think it's a full soccer field, but he has like 2 full-size goals with like turf in the backyard with like a nice wooden fence like around it and stuff. And he has like a bunch of property. He has like a little pond in his backyard and stuff, and he also has like a ton of bees back there, like, and beehives and stuff. And he has honey on tap. Oh, it's crazy! It's so
wow.
Cool,
imagine being able to say amazing, or imagine being able to say, "Yeah, I got honey on tap back in the backyard."
It's great. It's super cool. Yeah, I loved it. It was a really good documentary.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something, but I only go if you're done.
Sure.
I think I know what you're gonna maybe.
Oh no, this is kind of off topic. So go
okay.
ahead if you have something on topic.
Well, no, when he talked about how rich David Beckham's like or house was. I was thinking about the news that came out. Did you see about Travis Kelce what he bought or purchased?
Yeah, $4 million mansion or something.
Yeah, about
Really?
a big mansion that had like a waterfall in the backyard. It has a golf course back there
Because he
and
needed
wants
more privacy.
But also,
then they showed a picture of the house. It was like no
I
privacy.
mean, I would. Also, they said it's in Kansas or Missouri.
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't even know Missouri was like that. You know.
Oh well, it's
But I guess-
Kansas City
True.
is in Missouri. Which
Not in Kansas.
crazy side note, like I didn't know until about a year ago that Kansas City was on the line between Kansas and Missouri.
I didn't know. Yeah. Well, I didn't even know Kansas City was not in Kansas.
I
and
didn't
not
know
Missouri.
Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri were the same thing. I thought they were two different cities.
When it went on.
Like Kansas City is on the line between the two, and the states
But it's in
share.
Missouri, not Kansas.
But Kansas City, Kansas, it's the same thing.
Is there a Kansas City in Kansas? Are you sure?
Look at a map. It's on the line.
Kansas City, Kansas City. Yeah, there's pretty sure there's Kansas City in Kansas.
Because
Kansas City, Missouri is like half in Kansas as well.
are we sure about that?
I am absolutely positive because I looked it up on the map and it's on the line between the two states.
Because
the city is like takes up half and half.
Because I thought that Kansas City was a team in Kansas, but they're actually the team in Missouri.
Kansas City, Kansas. Looking at it. Kansas City, Kansas.
Pull up like Google Maps and go and like expand to the map.
Look up. Do the Chiefs play in Kansas or Missouri?
They play in Missouri. Pretty sure.
They play in Missouri.
All right. Let me show you. All right.
I'll time you guys both.
Okay, here's Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Kansas City.
Okay, now if I zoom out, you're gonna see the state line.
There's Missouri right there.
So technically, like I think on paper, whoa, it's located in Missouri. Where's the state line? State line's right there. It's that red line.
Oh,
but
okay,
the city is so big that
so there is a Kansas City,
all of that.
Kansas and Kansas City, Missouri, but
it's the same Kansas City.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
same
stupid.
Kansas City?
That's
I think
actually
so.
stupid.
Unless maybe people are screaming at us right now and like, no, they are two different. Like on paper, there are two different cities, but the city is so big that it's just the whole thing. It'd be like if Kansas City was the size from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, and it was like everything in between us was Kansas City, but it was across two states.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying?
Like it would be like if there's a Spokane, Idaho, and a Spokane, Washington.
And it stretched from us to where like Coeur d'Alene is, but it was so big it was just across. It was right in the middle of the state line.
Let's say the Seahawks played in Spokane,
yep,
but Washington, but there's also Spokane, Idaho.
Yeah, because I mean it took me forever to realize like Kansas City is so big, but it's right on the state line, so it's now across two states.
Now I just went from always thinking Kansas, like the Chiefs played in Kansas, to then finding out the Chiefs played in Missouri, to then finding out, no, wait, they do play in Missouri, but it's the same city as in Kansas.
Yeah.
No, wait, the Chiefs aren't even real.
So then finding out Kansas doesn't actually exist.
Yeah. It's just a thing they made up for the movie, whatever movie that was.
Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. No,
we're not in Kansas anymore. Dang.
Good song. But yeah, it took me a while to realize that.
Yeah. Well, I just found out, I found out additional information.
I was kind of upset when I found that out.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Personally.
Kind of like how Arkansas is pronounced Arkansas, but Kansas is not pronounced Kansas. Give me a break.
I think in the movie, I want to say it's, I'm forgetting it now. The Magnificent Seven. I think he says Arkansas.
What movie?
I just said it. Magnificent Seven.
Oh.
And Magnificent Seven.
Well, that's because I was old time.
No, I know. So it used to be Arkansas, and then it turned to
or maybe he just was having some fun.
Arkansas. No, then it turned into Arkansas.
Yeah.
I almost said it used to be Arkansas, and now it's Kansas. And I was like, wait.
Oh my gosh. That's what happened.
They took the R out.
But going back to what you were saying about the mansion, Travis Kelce supposedly, because he wants more privacy, and then they were like talking about it. It's like, well, they're still.
This also goes along the lines of, have you guys been seeing? Maybe we brought this up last time. I can't remember. The movie theaters showing the Eras tour, the Taylor Swift tour, and like the people going crazy in the movie theater,
like doing dances up front.
Yeah.
No.
That's
okay. So Taylor Swift made a movie about her tour, and like all these girls are going to watch it. Swifties. And then when they're rolling the credits at the end, all the Swifties are in the front, like in a big circle, like dancing,
or like people
hands.
Are dancing during the
First all off, the memes are like, "This is not your like concert. This is her. Like, what are you freaking out about?" It's because
well, first off,
society.
Imagine going
Swifties.
Imagine going to a movie of just a concert being played and like
freaking out that much.
Yeah, and freaking out that much. Actually, there was like, didn't Justin Bieber come out with like years ago? This is of his tour. I think he did the similar thing actually. But this is crazy. Like they're dancing and they're singing. I mean, I guess if I'm watching not a movie of a concert, but the concert's the whole time you're just listening to her songs.
Yeah.
I guess if I was really into music too, maybe I would if everyone else was. But
yeah.
That is unbelievable.
If my crazy. Lifestyle was all like revolved around one
Taylor
artist,
Swift.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe I'd get it, but
I'm probably upsetting a lot of people. But
makes me want to.
I think it's crazy.
Move out to like a compound and stay there for the rest of my life,
where Taylor Swift doesn't exist.
Not deal with Taylor Swift or society.
Yeah, it's the memes are still like the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce bought a mansion, whatever, and. People are like, man, he's gonna be in a real low place when she breaks up with him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
I already. This is on the same. Like we're bringing up Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Like it's popular, people. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw an interview or a press conference of Travis Kelce talking, and one of the reporters asked Travis Kelce if somebody was going to dress up as him, what would be essential. Basically, he was talking about it, but it just made me think that's going to be the most popular costume this year. I think. People dressing up, or a couple costume.
Yeah,
people dressing up as Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Probably.
Yeah,
I can see it.
How would you really define yourself? Like mustache,
short
hair.
You gotta wear the jersey.
You'd have to wear a jersey,
or at the very least, a red jersey with 87 on it.
Yeah.
Did you see that there was a couple like I don't know 4 years ago or something like that that dressed up as Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift for the couple costume for Halloween or something?
Wow,
I did see that actually. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, this whole thing's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Should we talk about the Chargers fan? Did you want?
I mean, we
could. We don't have to talk about it too much. We
could. Yeah,
we could.
So I'll just explain it for the people. This does involve a little bit of sports, but the last Monday night, I guess when this comes out, yeah. So Monday night, a week from
when you're listening to this,
there was a Cowboys Chargers game, and for anyone who doesn't know anything about the Chargers, they are known, or they moved from San Diego to LA, and they virtually have no fans.
Yeah.
And during the game, they kept panning over to this random Chargers fan who was like going crazy, showing all the emotions, going crazy, being very sad when they lost, like all this stuff. But it was a random Chargers.
It was a roller coaster of emotions.
Roller coaster of emotions, and she was going extremely crazy. But they kept panning to her,
yeah.
And people are like, "Why do they keep showing this Chargers fan?" And people started questioning, like, "Oh, is this an industry plant?" So for people that don't know, basically it's somebody who is supposed to be random, but secretly is either
hired by the NFL,
or like in a very broad term, hired by the government or something like that. Like basically someone else higher up, like that, to like promote them or promote the game. So like this Chargers fan being planted in, I don't know. I guess I don't know what it benefits the NFL to do that.
They were probably trying to get viewership.
I mean, like. I saw somebody kind of describe it like, okay, this lady's going to get popular because she's going to become a meme. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
It'll be maybe bring Charger fans, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think she's a
do you guys think she's a plant?
No, I don't.
I kind of do.
I don't.
I don't see.
There's
no point.
So, like, I've seen arguments both ways, and they both kind of make sense. Like, she did an interview the very next day
on Pat McAfee show.
On the Pat McAfee show, and someone was like, how did they already get this interview, and how is she available on a random Tuesday morning? But she's a mother of 4. Like, that's why. Like, they're probably all in school. Like, she has time.
But also the camera could very much be her phone, and she could have a iPhone, and that could have good camera quality.
It's like, hey, this is the Zoom link. Boom. Yeah. Or like whatever, you know?
Yeah, so that part, I don't think that as the argument. I mean, it's just so random.
Yeah.
So it's like, what, and you have to just think about, and what benefit does it benefit the NFL? But then you have to think about, well, we're talking about it, so like that's all you need.
Yeah.
Like so it's like there you go. Like people were talking about it the next day, and it was crazy all across at least the sports world.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about it. So the other example I have of an industry plant was on TikTok. There was this like account of this random mother who she had like 1 million followers, but she started a podcast, but that wasn't her shtick. But now she starts doing podcasts all of a sudden with celebrity, like all of a sudden she started a podcast called, I think it's called The Really Good Podcast or something like that.
Nice.
And
did she interview like Mark Cuban?
Yes, Mark Cuban, Drake,
and she like has the super like, well, why do you do that?
Yeah, like her whole shtick is like making people feel awkward or like being blunt.
Hate that.
And people are calling her an industry plant because she just like all of a sudden came out of nowhere and is interviewing these celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's so like that I could see being one, but it's like, what's the point of it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? What industry is she?
But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's
TikTok?
Who
maybe
hired her?
Like, maybe TikTok did to like grow, like because anytime celebrities
is that her main platform, like TikTok?
Yes.
Okay, maybe.
So, but like also, people love interviews of celebrities like being asked random questions because then it makes them more human. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean that you see a different side of them.
Huh.
You get to ask them questions on the spot of like them being. And especially when like her thing is making people feel awkward or asking just blunt questions.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
One thing I just thought of when the whole Taylor Swift thing was happening, there's an Instagram account I follow that's like behind the scenes of like camera crews or whatever. And a lot of it now this time of year is like NFL crews. And this guy showed that like he was the cameraman that was on Taylor Swift. And he showed that like they put a like pink or whatever color, like bright colored tape mark above the spot where she was in the suite so that he could easily like find it and find her. And so like if it was a plant, they probably would have done the same thing for that Chargers fan. Like the NFL like puts it there like, hey, we need to like, we're specifically told to show her on camera. Like your job, sit on her the whole night.
The other thing too that could be an argument for against the Chargers fan is like, let's say you're the cameraman and you just find like you're looking, I don't know, you're painting to the crowd and you see this woman who's very emotional but she's showing a lot of emotion, and then. Like if she keeps showing good emotion, you're like, okay, let's just keep panning to her because like
especially if there's no one else.
You're right, and it could be very good. Like you need somebody to. And it could be that where the internet just freaks out over something very small.
Yeah,
like they always do that. Like commercials, like where they hear the Whopper thing, and then Burger King probably like hears the amount of overreaction to it, and then they feed into it.
Exactly.
So then they see it more.
That was their goal, like make it so annoying that people talk about it.
I don't think their goal was make it so annoying. I think their goal was let's make a commercial that might like that. Let's just make a commercial that might be popular. Yeah, it's catchy. And then they see the internet and everybody's like, oh, it's so annoying and stuff. And Burger King's like, okay,
it worked.
It works.
Yep.
And it could be the same thing with that Chargers fan.
Yeah, like Joel said, feed into it or whatever.
They show it twice. They see the reaction on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's keep showing it.
Yeah.
I don't think. Their goal was like, let's be annoying, let's do this. I don't know.
People on the internet love to or overreact very much, and so it's very easy to feed into that type of stuff, especially when people hate on it, and then like, but it brings us money because we're getting feedback, we're also getting interaction, and that's what gets us money.
We're getting people to think about our brand.
Yeah, so why not feed into it?
It's like, where do we want to go eat? Whopper.
Yeah. I will say also like this is a very society now is a very hot take. Like people love giving hot takes on stuff. Just in general. I see it all the time, whether it's sports, movies, anything really. Yep. Like people love that type of stuff.
Also, people love saying anything and calling it a hot take.
That's true. Sometimes it's not spicy enough to call it a hot take. So I love when people give a hot take, but it's really something that everybody thinks about.
Yeah.
And you're like,
there was one I saw that was like so lame, and one guy was like, that was warmer than any ice cream I've eaten. And I had to think about it. I was like, That's a
but sometimes they're good. They're good, really good. But people love doing that. So like, it's become a very popular thing to where I don't know. You see it across all social media. So
yeah.
I kind of don't know where I was going with that, but
That was good. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can I get?
So that's the Beckham documentary.
Can I give a little show and tell?
Yeah.
From this last week.
Are you showing?
Yeah, I was showing you guys pictures.
Okay. Oh.
So we had an Airbnb for work last week, and it was 40 minutes away from work, which kind of sucked. But it was a crazy nice Airbnb. It was like on the river, and it was like the second row of houses up. It was owned by like a homeowners association. So like screams rich snobs. I mean, everyone around is just like mad that you're making noise, like that type of stuff. But they had just a few like crazy. We walk in the house and it's like gorgeous. Like this was our view from like the kitchen. Put it up on the screen for everyone else to see. I'll show you guys.
Wow. That's my house.
Yeah, and like just on the porch, it was amazing looking out. Like a huge porch.
Where was this? Wenatchee?
This was in what's the name of the town? Orondo.
All right, cool house, but you get to live in a very small town.
Yeah,
so
it kind of was.
Downside.
It was 40 minutes north of Wenatchee, and just just like kind of secluded from like an actual town with like grocery stores and all this. But you know, it's still cool.
Also, clarify, he's going to show the picture on our YouTube, not Spotify.
Yes.
You can't see it.
But like I just kind of did a video like walking through the house and everything. And
I got dizzy there for a second.
Just like a huge like living room and everything. It was really nice. For like a work Airbnb, it's like crazy nice.
Yeah, but imagine somebody gets to actually live there though.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like imagine if this was your house, be like, money can't buy happiness, but like I'd be pretty happy if this was my house.
I'm happy living there, so I guess I can.
Yeah.
That's the front is that the front yard too? That you were just painting over? Or is that the backyard?
I mean,
or is it a half backyard, half
So
front
what's
yard?
interesting is that like the front, whatever the front is, has a street and the back has a street. So like we pulled down below where the garage is, but then you have to walk up the stairs to the other side to get in. So you had parking like on both sides, and one side had the garage. But in the garage was a crazy nice golf cart. Like this thing had LED lights. It was probably like $10,000.
That's nice. That's
crazy.
Like the off-road wheels. Okay, the garage was not locked. There was nothing saying you can't ride it. The keys were in it. Everything points to you're allowed to drive it.
Yeah.
Maybe they charge you for it. That's what my boss gets charged for. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, we drove it out, and like we were working swing shifts. We don't get off till like 10 or 11 p.m. So we drove it the first night, like LED lights and everything, and it was like, this is so cool. But you couldn't see anything. So then we drove like in the morning. But it also had like some weird auto braking. Like I was going down a hill and I had to push the gas to go faster because it was like braking in on its own.
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah.
cool.
That is cool.
But this place also had it was in a homeowners association, so they had a clubhouse that had a ping pong table, a pool table, foosball, a pool that was closed for the season, pickleball court, basketball court, tennis court, all this stuff.
It's like my dream house.
Right? And like huge waterfront area with like tons of docks and dock slips and all this, or boat slips. And but we went into the clubhouse and there were like meeting notes, like the minutes from their last meeting. So we were reading them, and I mean, just like the way it's all written and everything, like this is just like a bunch of rich people meeting about how they want to spend their money and everything.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like, we're under budget by 12%, so we still have like $400,000 to spend or whatever. Like that wasn't the numbers, but something like that.
Dang.
And it was like they had 3 quotes for redoing the pickleball courts. First one was $65,000 to patch and repair it. Second one was
what
to
are they
like
repairing?
the cracks and whatever.
Somebody like smashing their.
Probably just over time they get cracked.
$5,000.
Another bid for like $300,000 or something to rip up the whole thing, new concrete, everything. And then a third bid for like $150,000 or whatever to just like rip up the first layer and put concrete and rebar. And they went with the first bid for $65,000 to patch and repair.
Yeah, I would do that too.
Yeah, it was like, it's a quarter of the price or a sixth of the price.
That man knows how to save his money.
But yeah, it was, and then there was $1,000 fee. I don't know if it was like an after-hour noise complaint fee, or if it was like a garbage fee or something. There was something that was a $1,000 fee, and someone asked if it could be lowered to $500, and like the second someone seconded the motion, and then like it got declined because other people declined it or something. Dang. But we drove by this house that like looked like they were setting up like a stage. There were like the giant beams for like the lighting and everything, and we were like, we never saw any progress on it throughout the whole week, but we were wondering if they were like doing a weekend concert or something like in their backyard.
Dang.
And
that's pretty sweet.
It was pretty amazing. There was
rich neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, it was great. They like in the meeting notes were talking about putting in a gate and all this, and they complained about underage driving the golf carts. And it was like, it's state law that like no one under 18 or 16 maybe can drive a golf cart. And it was like the county sheriff has been made aware of this situation, and like they are like going to be doing patrols or something.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry guys.
Can you get out?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
that's super nice though.
It was very nice. And like we were kind of mad that we were 40 minutes from work, especially like you're driving home at 10 or 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And then we saw the house and I was like, I'm not really mad. Like, this is pretty cool.
It's a nice house.
Yeah.
Dang, that's awesome. Did you use like the pickleball area?
No, like they, I wish we had known. We went to the clubhouse for the first time at like 10 or 11 p.m. the first night, and we couldn't get in. So then we went during the day and we could get in. But then it was like right before we were going to work and we weren't coming back. So if we had played, it would have been before work, like right when we woke up at like 11 a.m. or noon. I was like, I don't really feel like playing
at 11
then.
a.m.
Yeah.
You're waking up at 11 a.m. I guess if you're working until 11.
Yeah. We're going to bed at like 2
and
waking up at like 10 or 11. And then we start work at 2.
Yeah. Dang.
So I was like, I don't really want to play now, but like maybe if I had known about it earlier or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have, like, I don't think they had pickleball stuff. But it was only 2 of us. Like my brother probably would have played pool or ping pong. That's about it. We did play a lot of Wii golf.
Oh, dude, Wii golf was fun.
On the Switch. And like the first night, I think I won by like a stroke or 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then one of the nights I shot like plus 22.
Oh,
but
dang.
It was the same round that I hit the flag twice.
Dang.
For almost got a birdie.
Dang.
Like 50 or 60 yards out, and it like goes up, hits the flag, and then like kind of rolls like 10 yards away. Naturally, then I like 2-putted or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like almost birdied and ended with a plus 22.
Dang.
But it was because like one of the holes I got plus 6. I think I shot a 10.
Jeez.
And like just it was a horrible round because like I kind of fell behind a little at first at the start, and then it was like I was trying to like catch up with Chris so that I could like beat him, and then he was like, "You're just trying to like beat yourself. Like you're not gonna catch me." I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
That's pretty funny, dude. Wii golf is so fun.
It is. It's so much fun.
I'm in such a golfing mood right now, just because I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Oh, I know. Like, it's a full day of golf.
Yeah,
full day of golf. And we're better than the last time we went. I think
exactly. Yeah, dude. Like, so I went to Circling Raven. When was that?
You went with like the Gilchrist?
It was for the Nick Johnson thing.
June or
July. Something like that. Anyway, I think I'm better now.
Yeah.
And stuff, and so I am excited to go and stuff, and like it'll be a blast.
Yep.
And yeah, full day of golf.
Yeah.
Can't get much better.
I know. Like
and it should be decent weather too.
I know.
Like 63 or something like that.
These last few days have been like 80. Like,
dude,
this is awesome.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
I thought it was going to be, like maybe some rain, like 40 or 50.
Yeah.
But, it's looking nice.
Yeah. I might go to the driving range today. I don't know.
I thought about it because I kind of have the time. But also, the last time I went to the range, I worked up, I started at like 9-iron, worked all the way up. But then by the time I got to my driver, like my swing I couldn't figure out my swing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was because I need to start at my driver. But then I had done so many swings with my wedges, I was just like doing it wrong. I was like thinking too much. I was like, I just need to like, and it works when you're actually golfing because you have a reset in between each one where you're like walking or driving or whatever. But yeah, just one after another, it was like I couldn't figure it out.
We should go to like Pine Acres today or something like that.
Yeah, we should.
Like, or play the course or something. Work on chips.
Oh yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I do have my aunt at 2, so I have till then. But I guess you have till 1.
I have till 1.
We got a little bit of time.
Yeah. But anyway.
We weren't talking about golf when you were gone.
Anyway, that's a really cool Airbnb, Pat.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. I was hoping that's when you would talk about golf. That's when I was gone.
In that case, we could talk about it now then.
Oh, great.
Yeah, anyways, that's all my week recap and my Airbnb recap.
I have a little something. Last week, I reffed a soccer game.
Nice.
And it was this girl's, I forget the age. Probably U16 or 15, 16-year-olds. But there was the nerdiest looking girl, just the palest, redheaded, just nerd of a girl. And she sauced everybody up.
Whoa.
Dude. She megged a few people, put on some moves. It was crazy, dude. I was blown away. I was I thought she was going to suck. I thought she was going to be so bad. And then, yeah.
It do be that sometimes.
The best player out there.
Oh,
she had
hilarious.
glasses and headband and stuff. It was
you should have known by the headband.
Did she have the glasses with the
headband?
Oh.
Did she have the glasses with the elastic?
No, she didn't.
Strap to keep them on.
I used to wear that.
I don't remember.
The strap to keep them on? Yeah.
My
But
goggles. My
it was
swimming
pretty
goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Dang.
But
Dang.
That'll teach you not to stereotype. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Eskimo
Learned
hater.
my lesson. And then went golfing, shot a 106, best score of in a while. But it's not a great score for all you good golfers out there. You're 106, this guy sucks.
If I can break 100,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get low hundreds, high 90s. That'd be really good for me this weekend.
Yeah. I shot a 56. I looked at I think the one I was talking about, the fighter jet. No, it was the one after that. The one we did yesterday or 2 days ago. Yesterday. Shot a 56. And or 57. If I could shoot that, that's on pace for 114. Mm-hmm. But if I could take 5 strokes off of that, that's low hundreds. Be happy with that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Dude. Yeah.
And the thing was, everything else was good, but my putts were bad. So every hole, I added a stroke for extra putting, because I 3-putted everything or something.
Dang.
So it's if I take that off, your low hundreds,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that,
Dang. Yeah. You just gotta play smart, Play smart. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Just be good.
Just
it's gotta be good.
I think that's my problem. Yeah, I just gotta be good.
It's gotta be good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got 2 pars.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I still shot a 106.
Yeah. Right.
It's funny. There's 2, a par, and then it's quadruple bogey.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but
What par were the holes that you parred?
I want to say par 4s.
Okay.
Yeah, they're par 4s, dude. You would think that it's a par 5, you can do better there because it's.
You have more strokes.
Yeah, you have more strokes and not that much more distance that you have to go.
Yeah,
but
right.
My worst holes were par 5s.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh, there was a par 5 that I solid drive and then a solid 3-wood shot got me 50 yards from the green, and I was am I chipping on my 3rd stroke on a par 5?
Yeah.
And I probably ended up bogey or double bogeying it because it probably took 2 to get on the green. All of these greens were insane. Where the hole was on, I think there was one where the hole sat on a flat spot. The rest of them were just so hilly.
That's annoying.
But there was one par 3 that my first shot landed 30 yards off the green, and then took 2 to get on, and then I 2-putted. I was well, I double bogeyed on a par 3, but I was chipping for eagle.
You're gotta look at the price tag.
Oh man, or
That's
birdie,
funny.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So, anyways, just gotta improve,
Yeah.
on the things that I already know I'm good at.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just a bad day. So
I'm sure we'll be talking about the tournament next episode.
yes,
So,
hopefully good things.
hopefully good things.
I hope I score a 50 in general.
Honestly, okay, there's a chance one of us could win it because the way they score it is they take from your handicap.
Yeah.
So a good golfer goes to the course and plays, and like he has a 0 handicap or something
like a
like
6 or 4 or something.
Yeah, something like that. And so he does well, but like if we do well and shoot in the low 90s or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And our handicap is 25 for what they're putting it at and stuff.
Yep.
Like what is I don't know.
Yeah.
We could under 75.
Yeah. So a handicap is what you normally shoot above par.
Yeah.
So like Jordan's handicap is probably like a 10.
Something like that, yeah.
Isaiah's, around
12,
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our handicap, like, estimated, I think mine was 4 years, is like 38.
Yeah, 35.
35. So that's about how much above par we shoot, but they don't go that high, so they're just putting us at 25.
Yeah.
Which benefits us, because, like, what's 25 above a 72? 90, 98?
97, 98, yeah.
Yeah, so if we shoot around that, like, we're right on pace for our...
Yeah, exactly,
There's a chance.
There's a chance
that would be insane.
We could be winners.
That'd be insane.
Well, Steven Armour was telling me, I don't know, he told me this a little bit ago, but he was like, yeah, I almost won it like a couple years ago because he had a really high handicap, but he shot, I don't know, pretty well. It worked out that he shot like a 70 or whatever after the handicap and everything, but like Lance and some other guy shot like a 69
Jeez.
or something like that. So, yeah.
Lance is really good.
Lance is really good, dude. Yeah, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right. Well, is that all we got?
all
you
I
got
got,
any
so.
more recaps you want to talk
Like for the week, started playing volleyball again.
about? Oh, yeah.
Which has been fun. Not losing, but fun.
Oh, nice.
Just look, I don't want to blame it all on one person.
Gosh.
But if I had to.
But if I had to, I will. I'm trying to think what else. I am going to. There's a circus in town.
Whoa.
Yes, on Sunday, and it's in the Valley Mall, or not in the Valley Mall, but it's in the Valley Mall parking lot.
Oh, man.
And it's the Italian Water something. I don't remember, but they're in town, so I'm going to that on Sunday after the Seattle game.
Nice.
So I'll be able to talk about that afterwards. Trying to think what else I've done. I don't think I've done else too much else.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of low key.
Fun.
Yeah. Been going out to some bars. Flat Stick. Have you guys been recently?
No, I've
Not recently.
not been in a while. I've only been once.
What was I gonna say? Oh, trivia. I was gonna ask you guys about trivia.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys, I think maybe I did ask you guys this. If you guys had to pick one subject for trivia, what would you be good at?
Gosh.
Like if you could pick one.
Give me some
general knowledge.
I don't know, golf.
Like if you could pick let's say.
Give me some categories to choose from.
Well, okay. Here's how I'll ask it instead.
Yeah.
I'll say if you could pick one category to be really good at, or like if you could pick one category for trivia,
Like your strong suit.
yeah, what would you pick?
That's the same question.
Or like,
I asked the first
but
time.
no, but like, okay, theme. Okay, I guess theme. So like, could you think you could do an office trivia?
Oh,
I probably could do office trivia.
yeah. I feel
so?
pretty solid at that.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Originally, I was thinking like subjects, like math, geography, all that.
No.
Nothing.
This isn't Jeopardy.
No, yeah, or like,
All right.
okay, music. Do you think if somebody like,
No.
because they do music ones all the time?
I could not do music.
Oh,
I know you
like
couldn't do it.
like who sings this song or
Yes,
when did
and
this
or
band?
like what's
Yeah.
the name of the song?
No,
You don't think you
absolutely
could?
not. No,
Really?
my pop knowledge is not great. Even just like 10 years ago, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
The Beatles. When were they?
People-
You could tell me the Beatles were in their thing in the 70s, 90s.
Yeah.
Be like, okay.
People
I was like, I
ask
don't
me what kind of music I listen to, and I have a hard time answering that.
Everybody
Yeah.
does. No,
Yeah.
the pop. Everybody says they listen to a bit of everything. It's the generic answer now.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
I think people are just weird.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
like we just have a taste in everything. You know?
yeah, except country. That's usually the popular answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually the popular answer.
Also, music, like, people have redefined genres, you know? Like,
There's
country,
subgenres.
is it like Morgan Wallen country? Is it Taylor Swift country when she did country?
Yeah,
Is
what
it
kind of
like
country?
redneck country, you know?
The thing that confuses me is, like, I'm like, oh yeah, I listen to like some of the old music, like I don't know, Piano Man or like this
Yeah.
stuff, like
70s,
Mr.
80s,
Blue
90s.
Sky, or no, Mr. Blue Sky and stuff, and people are like, oh, that's classic rock, and in my head I'm like, that's not rock.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. So, I don't know if those songs were classic rock, but it's happened to me before where they're like, oh, that's like 80s rock or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't picture it. Rock in my head is like screaming and I don't know.
That's screamo.
Screamo is
I don't know music. So.
Is the Ghost Runners podcast going to be your most listened to podcast?
Absolutely.
It will be.
Maybe. I don't really listen to
anything else.
I listened to Correct Opinions for 2 months, and then I just got tired of it.
But did you listen to it like every? Well, I guess you listened to every probably Ghost Runners podcast.
Yeah, I'm caught up almost like to this week.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
do they do a podcast every day?
2 days.
Oh, every 2 days.
Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Actually.
Yeah, they do a football one.
Oh, okay.
They've done it for 2 weeks now on Tuesdays. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday technically. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's some weeks where I'm working and I can't really listen to it, but I am caught up on it. Mm-hmm. But I don't really listen to any other podcasts regularly.
It'll probably be the most listened to for me, but the only thing is it's because like Ghost Runners goes throughout the whole year.
Right.
The fantasy football podcast I listen to, like they do one a week throughout the year or whatever, but football season comes and they do one every day. Yeah. But
and those are like 55 minutes, hour minute.
Yeah, so it'll probably be Ghost Runners just because of how much more content they put out.
True. For sure. Yeah, it's funny because like last year, I remember I was listening to I don't know, whatever other podcast, but then once football season rolls around, I listen to the Fantasy Footballers, and then they become my number one listen to podcast. But usually my top ones will be sports. I'll be curious. There's another one that's like there's a couple I've listened to that aren't sports, like they're more like movie podcasts or like film podcast people. I'll be curious where those land up on the look. You guys, everyone listening, you have right now is recording. You have 9 days left. Wait, how many days are in October?
31.
10 days left.
Yeah.
For what?
Like the Spotify Wrapped thing concludes.
Because November doesn't count.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And December doesn't count. We figured.
Interesting.
I got to talk to someone at Spotify. I want that confirmed. I think it's true.
I think it's true.
Because it comes out December 1st.
And they don't take.
But also, it's computer generated, so they don't need a month to put it together.
Yeah.
True. No, the stuff they do take time on is like how they're going to present it.
They probably do that throughout the year.
Yeah, they have all year to do that.
Yeah, but they probably focus on it and.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Okay. I guess we don't know if they don't take November into.
I think it takes
30
seconds for a computer to do it.
I'm not going to do it, but we need someone who doesn't use Spotify a lot. Okay, maybe it's you.
Wait till November.
I use Spotify all the time.
Wait till
November.
But you don't
listen to a lot of music.
I listen to a lot of podcasts on
My
Spotify.
point is, okay, listen to one song only in November, like crazy, and try to get it in your top 5. And if it is, then we know they take November. We can still do it.
We could still do it technically, but
I
don't want to do it.
Maybe.
So.
Oh, I'm not going to. It ruined my Spotify Wrapped.
I would
look. We take this seriously.
I don't care about Spotify Wrapped. The only thing it would ruin is what I listen to on the daily basis, and I want to listen to stuff on the daily basis. So.
But do you have playlists, or do you just shuffle based on what you like, and it kind of helps you?
I don't listen to any music.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's how we could test this. You don't even have to listen to it. Just one day, take one day and play the same song over and over again. And if it says like, "Oh, you listen to this is your most popular song."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Would it count it?
Will it count November?
Depends how they present it, because they might not do that.
True. No, I get what you're saying. I say, wait, okay, we should pick a day. Do it like middle of November, like November 15th. Do it then, because then if you do it early November, maybe they still count that stuff. But there's got to be at some point in November they cut it off.
That's true. It could be half a month. Yeah.
Have you guys Googled this?
November 20th or something.
I'm pretty sure we did. That's why we came up with the October thing, because I'm pretty sure I Googled it and it said it does cut off.
I think later in the later echelon of the month,
the last day before it comes out,
November 22nd. Listen to one song crazy.
I bet it's already cut off by then,
and it will work for you, Giuliano, because you don't listen to a lot of music. So it's already going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy's listening to music.
But it says only activity for Spotify Wrapped from January 1st to October 31st.
Dang it. No experiment. I guess we could have looked it up.
We did look it up. We did.
No fun ruiner.
Fun ruiner.
It wasn't. We looked it up last year and it wasn't there. So
what, that report wasn't there?
I don't think so.
I remember
I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge.
That's why we came up with the October 31st thing.
Then why are we?
But also we deduced it, so I think we just forgot about it too. We came up with the logic, and then we found out that it was true, and then we were like, okay.
But that's on Wikipedia.
Still, I think you can trust Wikipedia, guys. I don't know. I'm tired.
Anyone can edit the articles.
Yeah, but I still think you can trust.
I could edit it right now,
but you're not going to.
It only takes it from January 1st.
No, I'm going to
January 31st. Anyways, Spotify Wrapped. I've predicted my songs.
You did.
And my artists.
Okay.
We talk about them later when it becomes more relevant.
Last edited 4 days ago. Can we trust it?
I wouldn't.
We should predict it when it gets closer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
We'll record next November 3rd. We can do it November 17th. Episode.
The week of Thanksgiving.
The
week of Thanksgiving.
We're going to be talking about things I'm thankful for that week, though.
It'll be the episode before Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for Spotify Wrapped.
We'll record one the week of Thanksgiving, and it'll come out December 4th.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll do it then, the week before, because then it'll be 2 weeks before Wrapped comes out, because we can predict it before it comes out, and then we can see if we're
How
right.
much are we at for time? Just curious.
Hour 30.
Oh, dang. Okay, well, I just want to bring this up because next time we record, it'll be after Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Happy Halloween.
Are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
No.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's the holiday I couldn't care less about.
No, true.
I
thought it was could care less.
No. Pet peeve of mine, it's not everyone alive
could care less.
says could care less. But if you
I've always said
could care less. If you were talking about Halloween, I could care less about it.
You could.
You could, yeah.
I always said
couldn't.
I always said couldn't care less.
I don't
correcting
care.
it. People kept correcting me. It's could care less.
Stand up now, Gianluca.
Hold
But
on,
yeah. Just think about it, Giuliano.
No, I agree with you.
Idiot.
Because think about it. If I care about Halloween so little, it's on the bottom of my how much I care list. If I couldn't care less, I don't go lower than that. If I could care less about it, there's stuff below that. Followed.
I follow you.
Thank you.
They're both used to mean someone doesn't care at all.
One of them doesn't grammatically make
Couldn't
sense.
care less and could care less are both used to mean someone doesn't care at all. But English teachers and grammarians will say that only couldn't care less is correct. So that is what you should use in formal or academic writing.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah. Could care less doesn't make sense.
You know what I could care less about?
See, that makes sense.
A lot.
That makes sense when you use it like that. You know, I could care less.
He didn't finish the sentence, but...
I know, but that was making sense. It's because we cut him off.
We
so
did.
What could you care less? Or what could you care less about?
No, I was done.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, yeah.
I mean, I don't... Look,
that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
I was talking to Josh yesterday.
Oh, another conversation?
No, hold on, real quick. It was just about... Jeez, okay. About the Halloween stuff, and we were both saying... I like the idea of Halloween and be like, this would be a cool costume. But then Halloween rolls around, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like, let's dress up as this. Let's dress up
that's
as
a cool
this.
costume.
It's like, I don't want to spend that much money on a costume.
For one night, for a few hours.
But I appreciate people who do go out for Halloween.
Yeah.
I think at least a good costume. I appreciate a good costume.
Dude, Celine wants to go out trick-or-treating this year. And I was like, no. We are grown adults.
Have you ever thought about yourself?
Take that, Celine.
Have you ever thought to yourself, if people when people look at you, if they still think of you as like a kid? Oh, that guy's a kid.
I've never thought about that.
Oh. I have. I've thought about it. I see, when I was a senior in high school, I was like, I'm so grown up, and I look at the seniors in high school now, and I'm like, they're babies. So
yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying.
I'm sure that's what people do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went golfing with Isaiah and Mr. Gilchrist and Nick.
And Isaiah was acting like a baby.
No, but Nick was 5 years ahead of me in school, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't that many. He was 3 or 4. But
no, he was a senior when I was a freshman.
Okay, so 5.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was below my sister. He was above. I don't know. So, yeah, I was in 8th grade when he was a senior then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now it's camera's off. But I'm now I'm golfing with them. We're the same age. Just crazy.
Yeah,
crazy
it's wild.
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's get the heck out of here.
I got stuff to do.
Well, this has been episode 11 of Trouble at the Lunch Table.
Thank you, everyone who listens.
Yep.
And have some good dinner.
Loyal listeners is what you are.
Thank you.
Because you're listening.
Did you say have some good dinner?
Yeah, because it's lunch, or it's past lunch.
It's 11 o'clock.
Not for us, anyway.
He's just trying to be like, this is our name and it's relevant.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Well,
get him out of here.
Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next episode.
Goodbye.